back to another Keeping Goals video. Today I'm going to be heading up to Loughborough University to train with Conor O'Keefe. Wait, did I say Keeping Goals? I did. Hi guys, welcome back to another goalkeeper reviews video. Today I'm heading up to Loughborough University to train with Conor O'Keefe in Keeping Goals. I'm excited for the on-pitch training where hopefully I can pick up some micro techniques to improve my own game. The power session will be interesting to measure my strength against other goalkeepers. Mentality talk hopefully will help me with dealing with my own adversity when I play football. It'll be good to meet Conor and speak about everything he's achieved in his game and how he's improved as a goalkeeper. So it was really well set up. Everyone signed in, went to the changing rooms together and got ready to train. It was impressive how quickly everyone got into the session and warmed up.
You want to have a little bit of a jog around, have a bit of a lap of the jog, come back in, have a little bit of a stretch, and then you're ready to go with them. Make a bit of a circle around me.
So the first session was handling and basics, and that was taken by Conor's goalkeeper coach, the head coach at Macclesfield. Obviously there was a couple of academy goalkeepers there and very high semi-professional level goalkeepers. So the basics were obviously up to a very high standard, and if you didn't meet that standard you look very out of place in the session. It's because the expected at that level is that obviously you have to do that 10 times out of 10 every single day, every single game. If not, you get punished for it. So that's why you have to focus on the basics even at such a high level, as they are just such a key part of goalkeeping. So the second session was cutbacks and one-on-ones, and that was done with the Leicester City head goalkeeper coach. So this session focused on quick feet movement, working your way across the goal to allow you to make the save, and then also being aggressive and coming forwards when that is the right decision to. So my two main takeaways from this session were the decision with your feet. So if you need to travel a large distance, crossing your feet over means you'll be able to travel that distance a lot quicker. And also the other bit of information that I took away from it was actions not shapes. Yeah, actions not shapes. So positively doing something to prevent the goal from going in instead of just making a shape and hoping it hits you. This compares to coaching I've received previously, as I've always been told never to cross my feet as it means you aren't in a set position. Obviously that's from being younger and probably working in smaller goals. But obviously if you're having to cover the distance of the goal on a cutback, maybe it's the right technique to use. The other tip that I received about the cutbacks is that when you're set, you have to imagine a baseline being drawn across the pitch or in the back of your heels. So the idea is you either want to be in line with the baseline or positively coming forwards to meet the ball as it's being struck to give yourself the best chance of saving it, instead of going backwards towards the posts where it might hit you but it probably will still go in. Now we're on to session 3 of the day, which was distribution with Conor himself. In this session we focused on first touch, clips off the floor, fast passes, sidewinders and throws. What I found the most interesting was the first touches between myself and a couple of other keepers and the academy keepers, as I was talking to one of the academy keepers and they said they were an outfielder, so before they would transition to goalkeeper. So they all had excellent first touches, but they'd kill it dead in the same place over and over again, compared to myself or someone else, where it'd be a good first touch, but it wouldn't be exactly where you wanted it. which meant it kind of delayed the action of releasing the ball and getting it to where you want it to go, compared to taking a touch and playing it straight away, which obviously just comes with the speed of academy football compared to the level I play at. Another thing is that you have to get the touch out your feet, because if you have a less confident, weaker touch and you get stuck on your feet, you're going to get pressed really quickly by a striker. As the phrase I like to say is, they smell fear. So if you look scared and you don't look confident, they're going to press you straight away, which is going to make it harder for you to play out and show your quality. Session 4 was shot stopping session with Derby County first team goalkeeper and transitioning to Derby County goalkeeping coach. So this session focused on high intensity, lots of shot stopping, lots of movement around the goal. What I found most interesting with this session was the difference in opinions and techniques between the Derby County keeper and the Leicester City goalkeeper coach, as the Leicester City coach was all about being controlled and being able to decide yourself where the ball is going to end up after you save it. Whilst the Derby goalkeeper didn't focus so much on the positive action and coming forwards, it was more about letting it hit him and being able to control where it goes after that and working off the rebound from there and trying to hold possession. He also talked about standing your ground, and he talked about Nick Pope a lot, where it hits his chest and flies nearly to the halfway line, almost like a clearance, but at the end of the day it stops the ball going in the back of the net, even though it looks unorthodox. So then we had a quick stop for lunch, and then we had a tour of the Loughborough University campus led by Connor. This was very good because we saw all the pictures and the student accommodation of the university and asked lots of questions about the university, like the student to athlete life balance, which is obviously very important as you want to focus on your degree just as much as your chosen sport. After that, we then had a gym and plyometric session in the Powerbase lab at Loughborough University. Unfortunately, the vertical height measuring system was not working due to the servers being down, so we just had a plyometric session instead, which I found was very useful and very enjoyable, and things I can apply to my own gym routine, such as shorter, more explosive sets for a short period of time is better than long repetitive sets for building that explosive power. To finish off the day, we had mindset coaching with Connor, where he talked about how having a good mindset can improve performance and a season overall. He talked about setting ultimate goals for the season, writing them down, recording them, but then forgetting about them and focusing on every match, then every half, then every 15 minutes, and then every time you touch the ball as it comes. As if you focus on the long run too much, you put too much stress on yourself and forget all the minor details that you have to execute in the moment to produce high quality performances. Also, having words that reinforce ideologies that you want to play with, such as being confident and calm and being a good leader to the rest of the team. After that, we had a quick Q&A with him where he talked about his experiences with not being selected as a goalkeeper this season, and he was talking about that came from his inconsistency in performance. As one game he'd have a 9 out of 10 performance, making double saves from a penalty, but then the next game if he's focusing too much on impressing again and makes small errors in his game, which would lead him to have poor performance and a lack of trust between him and the manager, causing him to be dropped for that season. But he said if he had a more consistent style of play, where he had a 6 or 7 out of 10 every game, then he probably would have stayed in the starting 11. So the key takeaway from that would be to not play to impress anybody, just play to the highest standard that you can play possible and be able to execute things over and over again that's going to make your team and yourself succeed. Unfortunately, after that, my experience was training with pro keepers and pro goalkeeper coaches came to an end. My key takeaways from being a grassroots keeper is to focus on the basics and making sure they're absolutely perfect, as that's going to set you apart from lots of other goalkeepers. Also, the speed of play and how much that changes, how you have to be able to overcome adversity and make sure you play to the highest ability that you can week in, week out. And also, another thing to take into account is all the different styles of play that there are at that level. So you have to be able to manipulate your skills to be able to suit that club or that team and how they play. The other difference from grassroots to academy football is obviously the frequency of training with high level coaches, as with grassroots you may only get one session per week or two if you're lucky, but at academy football they're doing it almost every day, which obviously means they're going to improve at a faster rate than you are. So you've got to put in that work yourself if you want to catch up to that level, which is obviously a huge challenge.
Cross. First save. Great touch. Up. There we go. Cross. Touch in. Left. Up. Gone. If it's a spin and then you go in and then you make net, but also picking yourself up. In. Right touch. Second ball. Came out. Gone.
So that brings my experience as a professional goalkeeper for 12 hours to a conclusion. We've gone from 10 to 7 this morning all the way to 7 in the evening. It's been a very long day. I'm very tired. Thank you for watching this video, and thank you to Connor and all the coaches he had at his camp today. To any of you, if you have the chance to experience a camp like that, I'd 100% recommend it. It's one of the best I've had in my short career as a goalkeeper. So thank you again for watching the video. But 87% of you that watch my videos aren't subscribed to the channel, so you do a huge favour for me if you would subscribe to the channel and like the video, so you'll be able to watch a lot more videos that come over the summer. Thank you. Bye bye.
Say yes! Well done, mate.
Yeah.